Hi everybody. So today I'm going to do a review of this Westminster Reference Bible. It is in the Authorized King James Version. This one is done by Trinitarian Bible Society. It is in the black Meriva calfskin leather. There is our ISBN number and product code. This one does retail for $80. I will hold that right there in case you would like to pause and read that information. It tells us it has over 200,000 cross-references, which is pretty amazing. There is all the features if you would like to pause and read any of that. The box also gives us an example of the text, and it also gives us their address and their website. And I will put a link in the description box. So it does come in a nice clamshell box. I do like the packaging. It's nicely done. This Bible here measures out at 8 7/8 inches tall by 6 3/8 inches wide, and it is 1.5 inches thick. We have nice red and yellow head and tail bands. As you can see there, we have 4 ribbons, which is absolutely awesome. Got really nice gold gilding. Their gilding is done very well. You can see how that shines. I was impressed with their gilding. Then this is in the black Meriva calfskin. It has a very nice feel to it, nice thick chunk of leather. We can see that it is not perimeter stitched, but it is a nice thick chunk of leather, as you can see there. It does have a nice grain pattern on it, and it does feel nice. I do not feel like I'm going to scratch this one with my fingernails, so it does feel like a durable cover. On our spine we have Holy Bible, Westminster Reference Bible, and TBS. We do have the tooled ribs. They're not very pronounced, but they do look nice on there. You can definitely feel them, but they're really not raised, but they do look nice. We have a vinyl paste down liner. They've done a nice job with that. The corners look fantastic. One thing that you'll see is this one lays perfectly flat and it's not even broken yet. So we're going to have a few pages of blank cardstock. And then we do have 3 pages which have a scripture on them, which I think that is very nice. I like the way that they've done that. And then we can also get an example there of our Smithsonian binding. So this Bible is going to lay flat, and then that's also going to help it hold up over the years as well. And I really like that they put scriptures in here. That is awesome, I think. We're going to have a few blank pages. Now we've got some information about TBS. There's all the different cover options. And one awesome thing here is this one is printed and bound in the Netherlands by Youngblood. So if you know anything about Bibles, you are going to be familiar with Youngblood. Absolutely fantastic Bibles that come from them. So we do have the Epistle Dedicatory. We also have a Translators to the Readers. So if you've never read the King James and you pick one up, I would highly recommend reading that. And this is kind of neat. It gives us some different, various helpful characteristics about the authorized version. So it gives us info on the use of italic type, Lord versus Lord in all capitals, and so the use of the capitalizations. And so that is a neat page, so that's good information to read. Also gives us information on the these and the thous, and gives us some examples on those as far as a second person singular, informal, gives us examples, so that's pretty neat. So that will be helpful if you struggle at all with the these and thous. That's pretty nice. So it gives us a guide to using this Bible, but we're going to be seeing all of this stuff in the actual text. And so now we're going to get right into the Old Testament. And one thing that you'll see right off the bat is it's got a unique format where we do have the double column text, but each column of text has its own column of cross-references, which is really nice. So you can see just from hovering this up above, all of these here, the way that they're spaced, you don't have to hunt for them. So if we look down here, we'll see that A is directly right across from there. If we move down a little bit down here, we see E is directly across. So it's really nice that you don't have to hunt and search for all of your cross references. That is very, very nice. I really like the 4-column format, the way that they've got this done. The font on this one is a 9.6. And I'm not sure what type of paper this is, but the paper quality is absolutely fantastic. I love the feel of this paper. It's got a very nice feel to it. You get next to no ghosting, which is great. And everything is nice and readable. One thing that's pretty neat is we're going to have chapter summaries before every chapter. And I think that is really cool. I like that because as you're reading throughout the Bible and you get to different sections, sometimes I lose my place if I fall asleep, and then I look back and I can utilize these to find out where I left off because I'll look at it and I'll remember, oh, okay, I already read that. So that is kind of neat. Plus it just gives you helpful information. There's an example of one of our words. So all the words that have the asterisks by it, so those are going to be words that have either changed meaning or that we don't really use a lot today in this day and age. So it's going to give us like a modern day meaning for those words. So I do like that they have the different archaic words within those side columns. That makes it nice because then you don't have to pause and look up the words in a dictionary. So that is pretty neat. So there's a couple examples here of words that we don't really use. So super, super helpful. So if you've been looking at maybe getting a King James and the archaic words might scare you a little bit, this would be a fantastic option. That's one thing that really made me want one of these Bibles, was having all of that within the text. Another thing that I absolutely love about this Bible is we get 4 ribbons stock. So we have 2 black, 2 red. They're not double satin or fancy or anything, but this is also an $80 Bible, so we're not going to expect anything super fancy in it, but I love that it has 4. I can keep one in the Old and the New Testament as well as Psalms and Proverbs. So I think that is fantastic. So it's nice that it is verse by verse. I do like that. But just a great size font. The paper again has such a nice feel to it. I don't know what type of paper it is, so if you do know, definitely leave that in the description down in the comments for us so that we can get an idea of what type of paper it is, because it has a fantastic feel. And it's so nice, as you can see here, how many cross references are in these double columns here. So if we only had a center column, you would be searching and trying to find all of those references. So it's so nice that you know everything over here is for this column. I love the layout of this one. They are going to be coming out with a large print later on in the year, so it's going to be 23% larger than this one. So the font should be about an 11.8 versus the 9.6 that is in this one. So I will definitely be getting a large print. So this one is black letter. You're not going to get any words of Christ in red in the New Testament. We do have a few pages of the tables of weights and measures. We're also going to have a list of the words and proper names with their pronunciation. So we do have a little pronunciation key. And then we've got a list of all of the different words. You can see that it is a 4-column format. So that is helpful on a lot of the names. Like the names, and then some of the places might be a little bit harder. So that is helpful. So for not a very big footprint, you get a lot of information in this Bible. Then we're going to get into our Concordance. Concordance is a double column format. Nice, clear, readable print. The words are in bold, so makes it very nice and easy to see. As you can see there, and the camera is always going to pick up more ghosting, of course, than what you see to the naked eye, because the print quality in this Bible is excellent. The Concordance is 138 pages, and then we're going to have 14 pages of the blank paper, so you can put notes. It's not lined, but you could always lay a piece of lined paper underneath that, and then keep your notes nice and straight. Then we are going to get into our maps in the back. There are 8 full-color maps. They are done on a thicker cardstock, but as you can see, it's not shiny. We're not getting any glare off of that paper. So nice matte finish. But I like the looks of these maps because they're really unique to this Bible. I have not seen maps like this before, so I like their use of color on it, and kind of makes these maps a little bit unique and a little bit more fun rather than having just the same maps in every Bible that you have. So again, we've got 8 full color maps, and then another couple pages of blank cardstock. But excellent Bible. I like the size of it. It's not too big, not too small, but I definitely am super excited for them to come out with the large print. So again, this is the Westminster Reference Bible. This is the black Meriva calfskin. Does have a really nice feel to it. I don't feel at all like I'm going to scratch or damage this leather with my fingernails, so I do like that. Just has a nice feel in the hands. It's not too slippery. Doesn't feel like I'm going to drop it or anything. But fantastic Bible. I'm really enjoying this one. I love that I don't have to look up the archaic words. So again, this is the Westminster Reference Bible in the Authorized King James. There again is our ISBN number. This one does retail for $80. I will put a link to their website in the description box. And then also watch later this year for their larger print, which should have about an 11.8 font. And I'd like to thank TBS for sending this copy out for review. Alright, thanks for watching. Have a great day.